In this video I'm going to do a try on of what I've made so far this year in 2023, and I'll talk you through the things that I've made and what fabrics I've used and how easy or difficult I found them. But first I just want to talk about some jewellery that I received recently in PR. So I was very kindly sent some jewellery from Luisa to share with you in this video. Luisa is a jewellery brand that's based in Brooklyn, New York, and they craft some lovely high quality jewellery at quite affordable prices. They pride themselves in being carbon neutral from packaging to products, and they really do care about their impact on the planet. Styles range from dainty to standout pieces, and all of their jewellery is hypoallergenic and nickel free. Each item arrives in its own little pouch, which makes their jewellery ideal for gifting. The first ring that I had is the Amara Black, and it is this statement ring in gold with a star on the front and a black background. It's dipped in 14 karat gold and has an onyx stone underneath the star symbol. The second ring that I have is this Betsy ring, which again is 14 karat gold plated and has a lapis lazuli stone in the centre. And again, this is very much a statement piece, but it would look great stacked with other rings, and it really enhances any everyday look. And my last piece are these gorgeous earrings. They are called the Iris earrings. They are gold dipped and feature a pearl drop, which is a freshwater pearl. And one of them is a crescent moon, and the other is what they call a shining sun, but I'd say it's more of a star. I absolutely love the celestial style jewellery, and fashion for that matter, but these earrings just call to me, and they go really well with either of the rings. I only received these products 2 weeks ago, and I've been wearing them every single day since, and I can say I'm really happy with how they wear. The earrings don't irritate my ears, and the rings are comfortable while I'm working. So I'll leave a link in the description to Luisa's website, and you can get 20% off if you use the code Kimberley20, that's all in capital letters. So definitely check them out if you're looking for some elegant or unique jewellery pieces for yourself, or even for gifts for your friends and family. So the very first thing that I made this year in January were the patchwork trousers. So I was just going through my fabric stash, and I was trying to think of a way to use up my fabrics in an item of clothing rather than making like a quilt out of them or something. And I had a look around and I hadn't seen anyone that had done patchwork trousers like this before, so I thought I'd just give it a go. And when I shared them on Instagram, they were really popular. A lot of people asking me how I made them and loving how unique they were. And typically I made these without thinking about blogging it or filming it or taking pictures. So I made the entire things without documenting it. But because they're so popular, I only went to make a second pair. Can you tell I have a lot of scrap fabrics? So I made a second pair, which was yellow and green. My first pair were black and white. And with my second pair, I did film the process. I did a reel for Instagram and also a video for YouTube. That's my previous video. If you haven't seen that already, go and check that out, and you can see how I made these gorgeous little trousers. Now, they're quite a statement, and probably not for everybody, but I love wearing them around the house. They're great for sewing in, and they're great for lounging in. They're really comfortable. And they're not lined. I just use an overlocker to sew all the squares together. And a lot of you have asked if that's uncomfortable, but I don't find it uncomfortable. I'm quite fussy when it comes to like bulky fabrics or layered fabrics. So I thought overlocking and having seams on the inside would be less irritating for me than having 2 layers of fabric on my legs, if you know what I mean. The second thing that I made is this off-the-shoulder maxi dress using a free sewing pattern from Mood Fabrics, and it's called the Evanthe top. I hope I'm saying that right. And I'll leave a link to all the patterns that I've used for this video in the description. But yeah, it's a free pattern, it's off the shoulders and it stops at the waist, but I've added a waistband and an extra long maxi skirt to the bottom. And you can't go wrong with free sewing patterns. And this one's been on my list for ages. It's definitely a very summery item, and I can't wait to wear this in the warmer months. The fabric that I chose for this is a viscose, which has a really pretty border on both ends of the fabric selvage. So I used that border around the neckline, and I also used the border around the bottom of the dress as well. And this fabric was from Debbie Shaw Sewing. So pretty. I'm still not sure if I'm 100% happy with the dress. I think there's just something missing from it, or if it's just, maybe it's just the weather. Once it's sunny, I think I might appreciate the dress a little bit more, but I absolutely am in love with this fabric. I've added a small slit to the side just to make it more comfortable to wear. And the pattern was quite easy to follow as well. I'm hoping this will just be a nice throw-on dress when it's really hot and you just want to look put together but not make too much effort. So let me know your thoughts on this one, because I'm still a bit unsure. I don't know if it needs to be maybe a bit shorter, if that would help. I just feel like it kind of drowns me out a bit. So please let me know what you think, or am I just thinking too much into it? The next item I made is the Dover dress by Stitch Rich Patterns, which is an easy fit mini dress pattern, and it's very romantic with the lace up back. What I love about this dress is that there's no fastenings. It just slips on and then you cinch in the back by pulling the lace. And I've added a lace trim around the arms just to make it extra romantic. It falls off the shoulder unless you want to have it over your shoulders. It kind of sits both ways, and it's another really comfortable throw on piece. As you'll see in this video, I really am all about comfortable clothes that also look pretty, and this is just that. The neckline is elastic and the hem sits just above the knee. It's slightly shorter on me. I think next time I'd make it a little bit longer, but overall I'm really happy with how this turned out. I used a blue ribbon on the back rather than making ties just because I wanted it done quickly. And this fabric is it's a William Morris cotton lawn from Debbie Shore Sewing, and cotton lawn is my absolute favourite fabric to work with. It's so easy. It's crisp like cotton but not as structured, and it's not as floaty as viscose but has the same kind of feel as viscose, so it's the perfect in between. The skill level for the Dover dress is intermediate, but I would say if you've sewn an elastic into a dress before, you'll have no problems with this one. And the pattern is drafted for a B to C cup, so if you're slightly larger you may want to look into adjusting the pattern slightly, so that might be where it gets a bit tricky. And for fabric suggestions, it is for light to medium weight non-stretch wovens, so things like gingham, cotton, linen, cotton lawn and chambray. And finally, the most recent item that I made is the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel dress. Now the team at Tilly and the Buttons kindly sent me this pattern to try, and this is a fabric that I've had in my stash for a while, which is a gingham seersucker, and once I saw the pattern I knew it would make the perfect dress. Now it's a bit more of a tricky sew because it has got shirring around the cuffs and around the waist, so I definitely practice doing your shirring before you start sewing this pattern. And it's got a really lovely elasticated neckline, square neck, because I've got makeup on it, with voluminous sleeves. Once again, another great throw on piece that I'm going to be wearing this summer. I also added, if you can see here, I added an extra frill around the bottom of the dress, which I just think makes it look even more cutesy, even more cottagecore, which is the kind of style that I love, and it reminds me of like a milkmaid kind of peasant dress, which I just love. This is something I'd definitely spend a lot of money on if I was going to buy it in a shop, so I'm really proud that I made that myself. I actually wore this dress to the Stitch Festival in London last weekend, and I got loads of compliments about it, which I was really pleased about. And overall it's quite simple to sew. It's aimed at improvers, they say, which I think they mean if you're looking to improve on your sewing skills and learn a new technique, which is shirring, then this pattern could be perfect for you. I found it quite easy to sew. Once I'd gotten a few rows of shirring done and I was on my way, I felt a bit more confident about it. I chose to go for the 5 lines of shirring on the arms so that the ends could be left with a little frill, but unfortunately some of the shirring is starting to unravel already, so any tips on how I can fix that or make sure that it stays in place once it's sewn would be really appreciated. But apart from that, overall I love it and will definitely be making more. I also really appreciate you can wear a bra with this dress. Just a side note. Also, what's great about this pattern is that Tilly has done a free video on shirring, so if you're a bit stuck then make sure you watch that. She talks through the steps of shirring. So a big thank you to the team for sending me that pattern. I'm in love. As always, they're always great patterns. And I think next on my list is making the blouse version. So that's everything that I've made so far this year. I'm sure there'll be plenty more makes to come, so if you want to see another video like this, let me know and I'll do another roundup video later on in the year. Let me know in the comments which one was your favourite and if you plan on making any of these items for yourself. Also, don't forget to check out the link to Anna Luisa where you can find affordable jewellery for yourself or gifts for family. The link for that is in the description below, as well as my discount code. But that is all for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!